Hello, everyone. Today we are going to explore the Uncensored Library. So, some context as to what this is. Basically, in the real world, not in the Minecraft world, there are countries that censor articles from being published, and a lot of these people who write these articles are put to death. So, this library is essentially a place where those articles are no longer censored, and the names of the people are shown and everything. There's a fist with a pen, it seems like. I'm gonna create it. I'm gonna go fly because it's faster. For today, I thought we'd just explore the outside because there's a lot to this library. As you can see here, there's a bunch of gardens. These trees look cool. They're unique, honestly. Flower beds with all sorts of unique ones on each row. That's actually kind of cool, to be honest. That's actually really cool. More trees. Potzel. The reason why I'm doing this is because I thought it'd be important to show this library, because not very many people know about it, I don't think. Pretty cool. There's part of the library. I'm just going to go up to it real quick. There's the library itself. I believe there are 5 countries in there. 5 countries that are censoring work being done, articles being written. I don't remember what those countries are, but I believe there are 5. And over here we have another flower garden that is a ring. This is kind of a maze. More trees. As you can see, a lot of time went into this. A lot of time. I think I remember hearing somewhere that there was this is cool. There was a map, like an entire one-to-one replica of Denmark made in Minecraft. But then it got raided by Americans. I don't think that was very nice of them, because obviously an entire map of Denmark probably took a lot of time. There's another fountain. But it's kind of funny. Had to have been a server, because this is not a server. This is a huge fountain. This one's bigger than the other 2. I assume these are horses. They're supposed to be horses. Wow. You could probably get a lot of inspiration from this map, to be honest. Let me go down again so I can get a running start. Okay. Those probably are symbols that mean something, but I don't know what they mean. There's part of the library again. That wheel's cool. Oh, man. Wrong button. There we go. Okay. Lots of trees. Another whale outside of the thing. I think we almost made it around all the way. I think we need to go one more side. There's another one of them fountains. Pretty cool. I believe once I see the fist, I know that we've been all the way around. There should be a fist outside of the fencing. What's this? Oh, that's cool. It's like one of them blueberry farms or something like that. First thing I thought of. Blueberries. I believe we've made it all the way around. This is a really big garden, so I don't really know if we did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we did. There's the fist. Yep, we made it all the way around. Alright. I thought that was going to take a lot longer, but we're going to go inside too now. Now that I've realized. So, back where I was before the stairs, there was a pressure plate that you could stand on, and it would just automatically teleport you into the library. But honestly, this view is really nice. The Uncensored Library. Alright, I'm going to walk for this. Run. Whatever. It's huge. Alright. Yep, those are anvils. Alright. There's probably going to be a lot of reading in this video. Oops. Welcome to the Uncensored Library from Reporters Without Borders. In many countries, the internet is controlled by oppressive regimes. The media is censored and websites are blocked, but Minecraft is still accessible. We are using this loophole to bypass internet censorship and make independent information available again. Journalists from different countries, despite having been banned, jailed, or exiled, or even killed, now have a place to make their voices heard again. Their forbidden articles are republished within books inside this library to inform players around the world about the real political situation in their countries. Let us stand up for what is our right to inform and let the world know that the truth can never be silenced. Support our cause, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Yep. That was a really good summary as to what this place is. Probably better than what I did. Alright. Just look around the outside real quick, actually. I'm going to expand my field. Nope, not that one. Oops. Nope, that made my game lag too much. I think that's more than we saw before. Yeah, it is. Okay. Wow. And down there is a globe. See if I can get it a little bit more. As it's loading in. It's pretty epic, not gonna lie. We're gonna go back and read that book eventually, but wow. Those are probably flags of all the countries in the world. See if I can find America. I think that's it, over there. Behind the cloud. Yeah, I think that's America. Hashtag truth finds it away. Alright. Yeah, you guys can post that if you want. You can teleport. Russia, Vietnam, Saudi Arabia. Mexico, and Egypt. Those are the 5 countries. And also Reporters Without Borders. Let's look at the map. Okay, so from here I'm going to take a right. Okay, this is just Q&A. I'm not going to look through it. There's one in the middle I'm going to look through. Alright, and this is a list of World Press Freedom Index. What I believe this means is these are the countries that have the most freedom of speech. Maybe. I would have thought America would have been first, but I guess that's fine. Alright. So that one's Mexico, and that one is Egypt? I forget. We're going to go to Mexico first. I'll check on my render distance now that we saw the thing inside there. Just helps with frame rate. Alright. The Uncensored Libraries honoring 12 killed Mexican journalists, I almost said American, and their sacrifice for press freedom. Although not at war, Mexico is one of the deadliest countries for journalists and even surpasses Syria. Collusion between officials and organized crime poses a grave threat to journalists' safety and cripples the judicial system at all levels. Journalists who cover sensitive political stories or organized crime are warned, threatened, and often gunned down in cold blood. Others are abducted and never seen again. The years after 2006 saw a record of number of murders and disappearances of journalists, as well as systematic impunity for these crimes. Some flee abroad as well as the only way to ensure their survival, while others censor themselves in fear of the deadly consequences. One of the Mexico's... Pretty sure it's Mexicans. I'm kind of a grammar... I'm really picky when it comes to grammar, so when I see something like this, I'm just all up in arms against it. I'm pretty sure it's Mexicans, because if you're talking like this, it's Mexico's, as in multiple different countries. Anyway, one of the Mexicans killed journalists. Never mind, it was right in the first place. One of Mexico's, okay, there needs to be apostrophe. Killed journalist is Javier Valdez. He was the founder of the newspaper I'm probably gonna be doing that a lot during this. That a weekly publication dedicated to crime and corruption in Sinaloa, one of Mexico's. Yeah, see, there's apostrophe there, but not here. Most violent states. He was also the author of several books of drug trafficking. Valdez was killed on May 23rd, 2017 by unidentified gunmen. He was 50 years old. Read what Javier Valdez had in the middle of the room. Alright. So, that book right there is probably his. As you can see here, there are pictures of people. And I assume these are the articles that they wrote. This looks like a texture pack. Alright, I would read them all, but it'd take a long time, so I'm just going to read the one in the middle. Actually, I'm not even sure these are all the articles. Oh, it just tells a little story about them. All right. Here we go. Between the Furrows. Jose's only childhood memory are of green, leafy furrows and more furrows. The bush has so many leaves that parts look like an attractive fist, fragile and inviting. In between the furious and always humid, exposed, ready soil, waiting for rains and seed, his sister plays dolls and he plays with cars, the spinning top, or marbles. Jose finds himself in a dilemma. Jose does not know if he is going to sell this year's harvest to the village above or the one below. He doesn't explain his doubt. He is overwhelmed by the heartache that makes the other types of furrows grow. Those bottomless ones, those on the brow. It's pot. His parents, uncles, and neighbors, all of the villagers, once grew marijuana. Over there on the top of the mountain, on the hillsides, on patios, on the roadside, beyond the mountain, in the forest, a few meters from the river, above the ravine down below. Oh, I thought that was more, but that wasn't. To that sentence. His youngest sister, made dresses for her black, blonde, skinny, and fulsome dolls. She stripped them and then she began to dress them again with clothes she made from cast-offs discarded by her mother when she sewed pillowcases, curtains, quilts, or some dresses or another. He bought marbles from Donna Chona's store. Misty marbles colored green, orange, and red in the center, or black like the rumbling thunderclouds bringing rain. For the furrow celebration. The weed, the harvest, the plant, with its many festive fists. He only had a few toy cars. Some were wood, others iron. They had all been roughed up, beaten, chipped paintwork from so many play crashes. They were his toys, pursing his lips, then blowing out air like a never-ending fart, mimicking the sound of an engine, the sputtering sound of his wooden car, his oldest. Now, though he's an old tired old man, the furrows. Now, though he's an old tired man, tired old man. Man, I cannot read. Those furrows are waterlogged from the abundant summer rains. Right there on his land, on other people's land, where the water builds up now, they are constructing a dam. They will bring tourists for rides, buy launches to rent, and devote themselves to farming freshwater fish. And he is seated on a board, close to what he used to have and has, and now no longer belongs to him nor anyone else. He recalls his eyes missed up, surrounded by new wrinkles, even more bottomless. Those furrows, that weed, his sister playing with dolls and giving them paper for food, him with his toy cars, the marbles, but now nothing's left. Just the 2 tons of hidden marijuana. He sells it to the villagers above him. The villagers below him will kill him. And if he sells to the village below him, the others will kill him. And then he won't have cars or money. Not quite sure what to say about that. Um, Obviously, if we summarize, he sells marijuana. Um, by the sound of it, he might have been a child when he did it. But no one should have to sell marijuana when they're that young. Still playing with their toy cars. Marbles, whatever. I'm just really quickly going to go through the names of the people here. That one looks like Elon Musk. George Celestino and Ruiz Vaquez. I don't know which one it is. Who he is. Oh. That's probably his full name. Yeah, that's probably his full name. Nevith Condes Germarlo. Santiago Barroso. Now, I don't know if these guys were jailed or killed. Just going through the names. Rafael Man. You know what? For the rest of them, I'm just going to look at the names, look up there, and move on. Because I'm really bad at pronouncing foreign stuff. Like, that one I would really struggle on, the first one and the last one. I don't know how they caught all the pictures to look so similar, like with the background, I mean. Alright, next we are going to not teleport to Dome. I believe this one is Egypt. Yep, Egypt. The tip scales symbolize Egypt's... Actually, did I read the last one? Yeah, I did. The tip scales symbolize Egypt's draconian laws that impose long prison sentences for anyone who dares to criticize or protest against the government. Egypt is one of the world's biggest jailers of journalists. Some spend years in detention without being charged or tried. Others have been sentenced to long jail terms or even imprisonment in gratuitous mass trials. Many of the media is now controlled directly or indirectly by the state, the intelligence services, or companies close to the government. More than 500 websites are blocked, and more people are getting arrested because of their social network posts. Since 2013, the news portal Madame Mazar has reported about corruption and security issues in a manner that is often critical of the government. It is the last professional news website that reports independently and is one of the most important sources of quality journalism in Egypt. Since May 2017, the website has been blocked in the country. Egypt is one of the most dangerous places on earth for journalists, and the editors of Madame Mazar risk a lot to publish independent journalism. Even taking credit for the work can be dangerous, and they often leave their authors' identities open. Read some Madame Mazar's articles at the bottom of the scales. Oh yeah, forgot to mention that I believe every single room is different. So this one is a scale. Last one was just a bunch of articles and like pictures of the people that wrote the articles. But this one's a scale. I believe there are different ones too. I'm not gonna read all of these. I'm just gonna pick one. 34, nope. 34, nope. 43, no. 51, no. 34. Okay,
من السجن هاري بوتر في طرق. تحركت بصعوبة عائدا إلى العنبر لأن الزراعية تحتوطن حقيقتي الزيارة الثقيلتين.
I can't understand that, so I'm just gonna ignore it. Actually, I wonder if the other one would have. Okay, so from Torah, Harry Potter, and Egyptian prison, how you will be affected by the new cybercrime law, A guide. Okay. Alright, since I want to keep this somewhat brief, and I'm going to look at the other ones too, I am going to just move on. Alright. So we looked at Mexico and Egypt. Next we're going to go across the room. The huge room. To over here. Whose flags I do not recognize. Let's go on this one. Okay. Depending on how long it says, I might ignore it. This is Russia. I'm going to ignore it. Okay, so this appears to be a kraken of sorts. Oh yeah, it is water. I thought it was just glass. Blue glass. Very interesting. Alright, I'm going to pick a short. Pick the shortest one. Ooh, these are in Russian. I can't read Russian. What are these, lecterns or? That's Russian. I wonder if these are in Russian too. Yep. Makes sense they'd be in Russian, but yeah, I guess it makes sense. What's in here? Oh, boats. I have all these books. Oh well. Alright, let's read this one. Russian Internet. The use of data encryption programs are an excuse for terrorism charges. The network affair, 5 years in jail for tweeting about children of policemen. Vladimir that one. Case. Someone else's chat log on Telegram as evidence for preparing civil unrest. That affair in the city of Rostov. These are just a few examples of today's repressions in Russia. In the network affair, a terrorist case fabricated by FSB, young anti-fascists were also accused of using Jabber Messenger and Tails, a Linux distribution aimed at preserving anonymity. They were sentenced to 6 to 18 years of prison. We can only wonder what kind of software one should use to be considered a loyal citizen. It is probably no coincidence that Vladimir Putin recently signed a law that makes it mandatory to pre-install Russian software on all electronic devices sold to Russians. Prosecution for posts on the social network Vlon that has already become a routine. Its administration gives out all personal data of Russian users for the investigating authorities at first request. Recently, Communications Minister Maksut Shet that proposed giving security officials general access to citizens' data in order not to waste time with writing requests. In August 2019, the Russian Domestic Intelligence Service (FSB) sent out a dozen letters to internet services, including Avito, Rutube, and Haber, asking to disclose keys for decrypting messages and round-the-clock access to users' profiles. It is true that a decision of the court is required for those actions, but who will control this? Besides, it can only be obtained retroactively. Okay, I'm just going to skip the rest in order to save time. Basically, it's talking about censorship of the internet in Russia. What articles can and cannot be distributed. This one appears to be a maze. I should probably figure out what country this is. Vietnam. So Vietnam is the maze. The labyrinth of truth. interesting. So it's like you start over there, and then you come over here in order to read the articles. I would do it, but lots of time. I believe there's a few more that we're going to do, so we're just going to skip reading the article for now. This video is already half an hour long. I believe there's... Actually, I can teleport. And I'm already here. I believe there's one or two more I have to go to. Yes, 5 countries. I've been to 4, and then there's people, Reporters Without Borders. Alright, go straight. Saudi Arabia and Reporters Without Borders. I don't know what Reporters Without Borders is. I would assume it might be the thing that started this whole thing. Chandelier looks cool. Alright, I'm going to assume Saudi Arabia is on the left, so I'm going to go there first. We'll save that one for last. Oh. This one is Saudi Arabia. This appears to be a humongous cage of sorts. Here are some more discs. Okay. I'm just going to play part of it. I don't understand Arabic, so.
السعودية لم تكن قمعية إلى هذا الحد أصبحت الآن لا تطاق. جمال فشل. السعودية لم
Nope.
تكن قمعية.
Nope. I think it's very interesting that they actually have like audio files of people in Arabic. I think if there's one that's like 8. Alright. Final one is Reporters Without Borders. And already I can tell it's very interesting. So this is probably some sort of like lantern thing. Like sometimes people will light a bunch of lanterns and let them fly off into the sky. This torch is pretty cool. I assume that this is what that is. Because they're all kind of going in that direction. And they're all kind of starting over here. So I would assume that... Oh wait. There's a book. I didn't think there was one. Alright, I'm gonna ignore it for now. Alright, I believe I have explored everything. I realized I did not read some of the articles. If you guys want, you can download the map, link in the description, or if you want me to make a video on it, I can. Just let me know in the comments what country you want me to do, and I will do it probably, because, to be honest, I need ideas of what video I should do. But I have a few, so one more would be nice. Make sure you guys leave a like if you like this one, and subscribe for more. Overall, I would rate this map a 9 out of 10, or actually no, a 10 out of 10, because honestly, a lot of work was put into this. You can tell just by looking at it. Even just looking at like a wall or something. Just look at this. Look at this wall. You can tell that a lot of work was put into this. I don't know how long it took to make this, but if I were to guess, there were probably multiple people doing this, and it might have taken at least 3 years. At least 3 years. Because you have to do the research too. And I think it's a very good thing to express freedom of press, because in order to help the country, they need to be exposed, kind of, if you know what I mean. Like, for example, the Mexican one, they exposed a child selling marijuana. And, well, that's the American one. I thought that was the American one. What was I saying? Oh yeah, they exposed the marijuana thing, and obviously Mexico did not want that story to be told, because they might get angry about it. The people might get angry about it. Yeah, hopefully you all found this informative. Make sure you guys, like I said before, leave a like and subscribe. For more. What country is this? Malaysia. That was totally off from what I said. What's over here? Before I go, I'm gonna check out what's over here. These are cool. Oh, these are the countries. Like, these are what's on top of them. That's pretty cool. Like I said before, you can tell a lot of work went into this. And if it was just one person, they probably went crazy by the end of it. Which is why I'm assuming it was a team. Like I said before, a link to the download of this map will be in the description. And make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Hopefully.